I am a girl that loves working so much. I mean, that's how I relieve my stress. Luckily for me, I'm so excited about this. So I got an appointment in a big company. At first, it started with the manager touching me funnily. I didn't think too deep about it though, and I kept doing what I love doing. At least what I'm here to do is to work. One day, he gave me lots of work to do, and since I love working, why would I say no to work? But I was running late, so late that everyone had left work, only for this man to come into my office and start rough handling me. I was able to escape from him, and all I could do was thank God. At least this man didn't have his way through with me. Well, this didn't last long as this man starts to make life unbearable for me. I got so tired that I was going to resign because I don't think I can be productive anymore at this point, because it started affecting my day-to-day life activities, even outside work. I couldn't think straight anymore. All I could think of is how to get away from this manhood. But then, since I didn't have any other job, looking at Nigeria's situation, how go they leave job? But then I walked into the conference room one day and I heard some girls expressing their bitterness towards the same man. It was at this point I felt something needs to be done. I got close to one of the girls after observing I could trust her. Then we planned together to bring this man down. I walked into his office after all this hostile thing he was doing with me. Then I apologized to him, but I didn't go alone. I went with my phone and I was recording our conversation. So I apologized to him for what I did and I don't know the reason why he's hostile to me. He should just forgive me regardless. That's how this funny man said if I don't allow him have his way with me, he would push me till I resign. Oga, in Nigeria, there's no job. Then I started begging him like, okay, I'm sorry. Then this man started walking towards me again and wanted to start touching me. Thank God for the plan I had with my friend. That was how my friend came in recording his dirty act, and that was how we're able to save a lot of girls from realms. Vigilance, how are you all doing this afternoon? Thanks for always keeping us with us, and we promise to always give you educating and entertaining content. You know, we're all about you and whatever satisfies you. We're all about bringing in new perspective, talking about different things and digging deep into situations that are happening in the country. And we're not talking about the civic matters because you matter. And on today's episode, I'm here with my amazing people. I'm here with my freaky ladies and Beyonce.
Oh, say it again. Just say it again.
So I'm here with my freaking ladies and the Beyonces.
But you needed to see the person that is saying she's Beyonce. Yes. Okay, I think I'm starting the corporate harassment. Okay. Precious, I'm sorry.
Precious and Grace, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And yeah, guys, it's your light of about today. So on today's episode, we're talking about corporate harassment, and that was why I started with that deep story. Like it's actually a very deep topic, and it's funny that majority of people have experienced this. As far as you've worked before or you're working presently, my yoga, you don't experience that before. But the funny thing is, nearly 60% of employees have experienced this. Only 32% of employees who have experienced harassment reported it to their employer. 72% of employees who report harassment face retaliation. And I think this is why people really do not talk about it. Now, 81% were women and 43% were men. One unique thing about us is that we'll talk about men. I'll talk about women.
We are not biased.
We are not biased. So, guys, I think you would be the one to tell our listener what you guys feel corporate harassment is all about. Because you know the word corporate, people might not really think what's corporate harassment.
Go Beyonce.
So Precious, can you tell us what corporate harassment is and what do you think causes corporate harassment in an organization?
Okay. To me, corporate harassment is an unwanted and aggressive behavior that take place in your place of work. It can happen probably in a media organization. It can happen probably even in restaurants, anywhere you work, an official place. Can happen anywhere. And I feel what mostly causes this is lack of understanding, power. So people want to use their power to oppress you and all of that. And I think probably maybe our big culture and all of that, all of those
things are what causes it.
What causes corporate.
All right, Grace, what is corporate harassment?
It's deep. Oh, deep. I think it's an unfair or abusive treatment that you give someone, your staff, or maybe reverse will be the case. Because why I say reverse will be the case, maybe many times it's staff that is actually seducing, you know. When when you are seducing your boss, you're actually harassing him. So reverse can always be the case too. So then let's talk about what constitutes corporate harassment. Because when we get to hear it, we only think maybe it's anytime we are being touched and all of that. No. There's verbal harassment when people talk down at you
at your place of work.
Place of work, inappropriate comments. Oh, this one that your boss is getting big. You're harassing me. Like there should be a limit comment of your is it pleasantries or whatever it is. You can commend me for something, not you sexually giving me comments. Do you understand? This one your boots are not set or is shaking like that.
Not everybody like it.
Not everybody like it. Then the physical harassment, we all know when someone is making advances to touch your body. Even bullying itself is the same thing. It's part of this corporate harassment. You bully people to be in a state of depression. They don't enjoy the work. When coming to the office, it becomes like a place of torment. Do you get? So it affects them psychologically and it affects the growth of the organization. So then even discrimination is very important. People are not aware. Discrimination, when you discriminate maybe because of gender based, because of ethnicity, because of color and all of that, you don't know the emotional effect it's having on the other victim. Do you understand?
And I feel people also, there's religious harassment whereby, it's only Muslim. So while I was in school, we had this alajas and then, they are always together. And then one day, one of our lecturer came in and said, sit amongst others. They are also humans like you. These people are your connection later. Now, if you guys graduate, they might not remember that you were in the same class because you guys did not communicate with them. So in a place of work whereby there's religious harassment, we have ability-based harassment. So probably have one disability. And I think one thing that I appreciate the Hausa people for, because I was posted to Kaduna. And then on getting to Kaduna, looking for places where I could serve and all of that, I saw men that they probably their legs are paining and they are working in a media organization.
Wow.
Oh, definitely.
And normally what we used to know about media organization, you have to look.
Your look is part of your
look. I was surprised seeing that regardless of their disability,
their voice is not disabled.
Sincerely, they are still delivering what they are supposed to deliver. So some people get bullied because they are disabled, which is actually wrong.
Yeah, body shaming too. Somebody with a small stature, all of that.
Physical harassment.
Okay, I think that the reason why people get abused is because of lack of awareness too. If you know that if you do this is the repercussion for it. And then because people are not really talking much about it, people are not saying much about it, so it seems as though this thing is not happening, but it's happening.
Exactly.
Because there are some things we are supposed to term as corporate harassment that people they're overlooking. Now, talking about bullying, talking about religious harassment, whereby in your place of work, it's not as if the person is even abusing you, but the fact that they don't want to relate with you because you're Christian, because you're Muslim,
it's corporate harassment.
It's corporate harassment because you're harassing the person. You don't know the effect of that act
that is having
on that person. Maybe that is why people are really not talking about it. Because they feel like maybe he doesn't like me. Why in the actress?
We see it as a norms.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe he doesn't like me. It's not as if he's harassing me. Even if you're telling someone that is knowledgeable, this guy is harassing. No, he's not harassing you. We are not just on good terms. So I think that's why people are really not talking about corporate harassment. Just like I said, that most people that talk about corporate harassment and all of that, there's retaliation in their office. Some people get sacked. Some people get avoided by every other member of the organization. Like, is he the only one? And then it depends on, you said it the other time, like it could be the subordinates now, even seducing the superior. Now, in cases whereby it is this superior that is harassing now, and then you talked about it, you told the HR or something like, I need help and all of that, and because of that, the man just created a story that made everybody feel like this person needs to be avoided. So now what I want to know is, do you think this is the reason why people do not talk about it, or is it a topic that should be treated silently, like let's not allow anybody to know?
Well, to me, I think it's part of it. Maybe the art of fear, losing their job because of the economic state.
Work is important.
Work is important. Nobody you go tell that story say now because of harassment. Because there are still people looking for that opportunity. Do you understand?
But
so it's part of it, out of fear. out of, I think, societal stigma too. They easily stigmatize
People,
things that we're supposed to attack. We start stigmatizing them. Let's talk about rape. Instead of you to tackle it, you start stigmatizing. You understand? You start stigmatizing them and all of that. So this is part of it. I think the fear of what's next if I leave the work. Which I've mentioned.
Yeah. Okay, like Grace has said, fear. That's the first thing for me. And secondly, I feel, okay, now, when you said, what if it's your boss?
Yeah.
That is this thing. My fear now that, who do I report to? Or if I go outside now and drag this man, this man is doing this to me, it's going to damage the man's reputation and also that company's reputation, to bring the company down. And nobody wants to probably relate to the man.
Yeah.
So the fear of probably losing your job is there. Fear of retaliation that, okay, if I speak out now, this person will do something else. And also the fear of damaging one's reputation is there.
Yeah.
And also, I feel sometimes most of them probably might have reported maybe
These
to the
cases,
management, and even after reporting, one or two they don't take the matter serious. So if it keeps happening, they'll be like, "We don't need to talk out, Jerry. Let me just manage. Some if I see a better job come up, I get better offer, I will just change or I will resign or all of that." So the fact that they're not being taken seriously is also part of it, and they won't want to speak out because after all, if I talk, what would they do?
Yeah. I think
I'm sorry to cut you short. I think there's this one, maybe lack of trust, because it's very difficult to have evidence of such.
Yeah, sure.
Do you understand? It's very difficult. What of maybe I'm going into the CEO's office. There's camera everywhere. Where do I set as some the way the organization operates? So it will be very difficult for me to have evidence. So whatever I just verbally state it, this is what I'm facing, and nobody trusts me, nobody believe me. So did you get? So if there is no a way of getting first-hand evidence,
so like this one is not like that,
because those kind of people they
come out
because they have
person.
This reputation. No,
they can't do it.
I'll mark that demon in that man.
Okay, so now we're talking about subordinate and superior. So your superior can be your manager. It could even be your direct boss. You get now checking the organogram of organizations. But now in a situation whereby it is the CEO, the chief executive officer of that organization is the one harassing that person, that victim. In that kind of situation, what should the person do?
Well, at the beginning, if it's not really if it's not like the pressure is actually not much, I'll manage, because with the state of things in the economy, we all know how this difficult it is to find up and all of that. But when I see that it's something I cannot endure again, that's not the only office in this world though. Even if for me to go to a restaurant as a waitress or whatever, I think I would prefer that to stay in the office where my boss will be harassing me sexually or whatever. I will walk away, I will resign.
Okay, so
I'll just walk off.
So Grace, would you resign if you were to be in that situation?
My own is always violence. I don't agree for anybody. We go dig up. I have no reputation to lose. I have no name to lose. You are the owner of the organization. Now you get image me you want to protect.
But how do you want to fight him?
Oh God.
Who do you report to? Because he owns the organization.
He owns. I think there is corporate body that regulates corporate organization. There's agency that supervise or regulates them. So you can just work. That's the awareness you ought to know. Get to know these bodies. Walk up to them. They have law personnel there who can actually take up your case. You understand? So, but for me, before I go to that extent, my dear, go dig am.
You fight your guy.
The reason why I have to do that, because if I walk away, there's another victim that will still fall.
Come.
Just you fighting for yourself. Fight for another person that want to be a victim, because people are seeing this person. He's a nice person. He's this and this. You don't know what they are facing, and there are some people, because of societal pressure, economic pressure, they will just fall a victim. And let me shock you. One thing is that those kind of people, if they get what they want, you become rubbish. That sacking that you don't want them to sack you, they'll say eventually sack you. So what's not the essence? Unveil it, unmask it. So unmask it, and if it is sacking, that end it. Them sacking you leaving is the same thing. You have fulfilled a purpose. So
But
that's me.
mind you, do you know that if your boss is actually an influential person,
Okay.
Yeah.
despite the fact that you go to the corporate agency,
Mm.
there's nothing that money cannot do. So
That's-
you
yeah.
use money to bury the
to
case.
bury the
Shebi,
case.
you know.
And another thing is for you that talked about it.
Mm.
Now, we are talking about agencies.
Mm-hmm.
For them to be in one agency, it means that they know each other.
Exactly.
Now, let's say I own a media house, you own a media house, you own a media house, and then someone in your organization goes to social media. Now, there's people who call whistleblower.
Okay.
Those are people that are working in an organization, and then they talk about the bad things they are doing in that organization. They are known as whistleblowers. And the funny thing is, and one thing that I know as a problem is that those whistleblowers, most times they hardly get job in that industry again, because other organizations will feel like, you're a whistleblower, you can whistleblow your own you do the same thing for me. So in a situation whereby you now said, okay, I'm going to the agency, I'm going to another place, and the man now make sure that none of the media organizations are giving you job anymore.
Okay.
So what you love doing, they are taking it away from you. One, and even the case you're trying to plead is using money to bury it. We're in Nigeria.
Okay.
Money runs everything in
I
I
Nigeria.
get what you're saying.
Corruption.
That is where first-hand evidence is very paramount. It's very important. Get your first-hand evidence. If his money cannot bury your evidence too.
Yeah, sure.
If he can silence you with his money, he cannot silence you with your evidence. One previous episode like that,
yeah.
you made mention of media is the
it's the
fourth
fourth arm of government, yeah.
So it's very powerful. I don't necessarily have to be in a media house to voice out. My phone is my media. My mouth
Exactly.
alone is my media.
Social
If I
media.
tell
Social
one
media.
person and you tell one person, and out of 10, 4 people will believe me.
Yeah,
Sure.
especially when you have
Your reputation is getting diminished.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So let's start from there.
All right. This is not an advertisement, but Gist Lover. I read Gist Lover stories sometimes. I used to love Gist Lover stories. So if you're someone that you're in that kind of situation, all you have to do is give Gist Lover your evidence. They will help you publish it, and Gist Lover will make sure that he or she, because we don't know the person behind this thing, he or she drags that person till everybody, you say that they're helping you drag it,
And he doesn't have
please, can you just leave
And
this
he doesn't
man?
have, and the, let
Let's
me
end
saying he, I don't know, just as and the person did not have a media house. He's using his channel, his phone. So you can,
Do the
tweet,
same.
you can post, you can series of things. Help me to post.
And that way it will go viral.
It will go
viral,
viral.
yeah.
Twitter, it will-
But like what you said, some people do not want to do that because of the shame that comes with it.
Yeah.
The shame of, so that man has touched this lady before. So that man has forcefully slept with this lady.
yeah.
So that shame, people do not want to talk about it because of that. So anybody that is going through this, talk about it.
You
'Cause
cannot
either
shame
ways-
the shameless for me. You cannot shame, because it is only a stupid person that will stigmatize you.
For
It is
speaking
not
out.
for speaking out. It's not as if you comply to whatsoever
what the man
advances. So it is only a stupid person. It takes a stupid person to stigmatize you.
Yeah, I understand. But you know the kind of country
That
We-
have.
we
like
know.
this country.
We know.
Whether you are the victim or if it was forceful, it was not forceful. That is already a stigma on you.
On you,
And even
yeah.
marriage, that's why most of them will be like, can I even get married this time? Can I do this one? That person come depressed, and at the end, they resort to the fastest means, that is committing suicide. They prefer to die.
I think in this part of the country we are, or this stage of Nigeria we are, people are already enlightened than that. But like,
Yeah.
do you understand? We are more educated than
Than
that.
that.
If it is previously,
You can say then
but
you
you
can
didn't
go.
understand. But now people I don't open. People I don't open. So,
But I think there are some issues that we need to create awareness on
And educate people.
And educate people on. And corporate harassment is one thing. Letting people know that verbally abusing you at your place of work is also bullying. Is also harassment.
Oh,
You are
yes.
doing me bad. So now, talking about all of this, what is the impact of corporate harassment on the organization itself and even the workers, the victim in this kind of situation?
okay, it creates a toxic environment.
Okay.
You cannot harass me and you want me to keep quiet. No.
May nobody try that one with breast.
So just avoid me. Let me just throw this cheap funny this thing. Precious, I was telling you, he said all those auxiliary people that we fail how many times, and they don't have any. Their hope is dash out.
Okay.
They don't have anything they want to go and do again. They'll go and learn auxiliary nurse.
Yeah.
You now come and be jetting me inside my bone. I just avoid me. So this is the kind of avoid me. I'm not nice reach down one. My body is the temple of God. So it causes a toxic environment leading to low morale among employees. Yes. Then we have an organization can fail. If organization fail to address it, that is their reputation. Just as I've said, I go to blow the whistle. You see the reputation of the organization, you see the reputation of the person involved. So that's it. The talented employees that you're supposed to hold firmly because of you are not able to keep what is under your two legs, or you are not able to control yourself. You lose them. You let them go. So are you progressing in your organization, or you are retrogressing? So you think about that too. So these are the kind of impacts actually.
It has.
Okay. Actually, Grace has said it all, but the impact is actually very profound, and I also feel one of it, like, it will affect the workflow.
Yeah, productivity at work.
And if maybe now this staff in person is this kind of creative person, that person won't be able to bring creativity,
productivity.
You just bring it down. Like ideas, the person will just be
anxiety will set in, depression.
And if now many companies, they employ people because of their creativity. They come and do something new and all of that. And when you come to an organization where you can't even bring your creativity to light and all of that, as it's affecting, it's also affecting
the organization,
company, because this thing that you're supposed to bring out to make the organization grow, you're unable to do that. So you get, and it's also going to decrease the turnover of the company. Like probably now in terms of monetization or money, whatever, or what have you that you're supposed to make. The fact that the environment is not conducive or comfortable for a staff to work and all of that, is going to affect the flow of
work.
Yes, it's going to affect the flow of work.
And I think it also affects your self-esteem.
Yes.
As a person, as a victim, it affects self-esteem in a situation whereby, let's assume it's even verbal.
Yes.
Harassment, whereby probably you show your boss like, boss, I'm done with this, and like, what's this rubbish? There are ways of correcting people without harassing them. If someone does something, probably your employee does something and it's not right. Okay, why don't you put it this way? Why did you even do it this way in the first place? Let her explain herself. Okay, why don't you go through this part? I feel if we would do this and we put this together, it would make more sense.
It makes the environment more healthy for the
exactly.
worker.
So the worker will feel like, okay, at least he listens to me. He knows where I'm coming from. My opinion is not just thrown away like I don't matter. So when your boss is like, okay, let's do it this way, let's do it this way, and then at the long run, you all achieve what you want to achieve. Now, someone that spent the whole of the night working on something, and the person came up with whatever she could come up with, and then you're like, what's this rubbish? What's this nonsense? Get out of my office. For about 1 hour, the person is still trying to come back to their normal self. Like, okay, they are trying to take out all the odds, what you've said to them, the tension in them for about an hour, and then you're spending about say 8 hours at work. For 1 hour or 2 hours, you're using it to get yourself back. For about 3 hours, you're trying to rack your brain to quickly come up with something. At that point in time, your brain will actually fail you. Your brain will just stay on its own and be like, ma'am, I don't want to do this. Exactly. Now, thinking of the fact that the person did not even sleep well through the night, and then you're waking up to that kind of thing is really unfair on my own side. And the person's
life is not revolving around your organization. They have their personal life they are dealing with. So not come and add to my pressure. You understand?
You don't have to add to my problem.
Don't add to my problem.
Okay, thank you, girls. But then what step could be taken to checkmate corporate harassment? Are there laws, or how could these laws be even applied? Now, for organizations, how do you think organizations can do better?
Okay, in my own part, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not into law, so the little of I can use my own initiative. Can control it. So what can control it is establish anti-harassment policies, whereby you create the channel, the consequences.
Yeah.
Then you provide clear guidelines and report, which is the channel, the reporting incident, where they can report the incident. So you create a safe reporting channel where any of the staff can walk up to if any of such thing can, if it is between the staffs, walk down to the, you can tell them, walk down to the HR. Then if it is even the HR, walk down to the CEO. Then if it's not the CEO, call village meeting. You get the village meeting I'm talking about is the staff. Say it openly. People have meetings. You understand? Sure. But maybe before them, politely, because some of the anybody that is harassing someone is what is
it harasser now?
I don't really know what the harasser. Okay, thank you for borrowing me that one. The abusers.
Okay.
So just try to let them, because there are some abusers that are mentally not okay.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe they don't even know what they are doing, or when they even do it. So just try a way of saying it politely. Then after that process, say it in the meeting.
Okay. Excuse me, sir, I want to say something.
Me personally, I can do it. I can do it. Yes, I can do it.
Yeah,
so you understand, so that everybody will be put in check.
Yeah, everybody will know their place.
Then enforce a zero tolerance. Set that scheme that there's a zero tolerance. If there's anybody that have initiated that kind of idea, there should be consequences that others will learn from.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Then provide confidential channel whereby
staff can talk about it.
If it is maybe suggesting box that people have. If you cannot actually talk, I think they do that. If you cannot blow the whistle in the meeting, put it there, put the person's name there in the meeting. Help me to read it. Anonymous. Do you understand?
Yes, just report the person anonymous.
So that's it. Then conduct regular audits, because you can set all of these regulations because of there's no regular audit. Everybody forget about it. That's the little I can say.
She has said everything.
Okay, so I also feel like without much ado, HRs, you shouldn't just focus on want to build the organization. It should be, how do these people work in an environment where
their personal safe? Life.
So when as an HR, if you are creating policies, either you are the CEO or you are the manager or you are anything. These are sincerely wherever you are, these are our policies. These are the things strictly you must adhere to. Anytime anybody reports you, either the person is saying the truth or not. Once we get the evidence that you're doing it, we're going to investigate you. And while investigating yourself, you first go home and go and rest for a while we are doing the investigation. So once we are done with the investigation and the whole result of the investigation is you're at fault, you actually did it. My brother, that is our company's rule. You're going to prison for about 1 year or 3 months. If it is the CEO, let him go and rest for 1 year. Let me represent the seats.
Oh my God!
You get
promotion.
So you will know your head will reset.
So this is for organizations too. If you're harassing your staff, it would lessen the productivity you have at your place of work. People are not creative when they are not in a safe place.
Yeah,
people are not productive when they are in a place where they feel like they are not safe. You're doing everything to harm them. You're harming their mental health. You're harming their physical health. Everything. They do harm. There's this fear to even want to come to work. Then they will just feel like, I don't want to go work today. And that is because they know that this is what will still happen at work. Now, look at the story that I talked about the other time, whereby it's already affecting her productivity. Now, because she's someone that doesn't want to get stigmatized, she couldn't talk to people until she saw other people discussing the same matter. So she felt like, okay, I'm not the only one this man is doing it to. So let's talk about it. Let's bring this out there. Let's save other people. Not many people have that courage to do that. But you as a worker in that organization, if you notice it, be your brother's keeper.
But I think the government still have a role to play.
To do, right?
Yes, because when I was in my research, there was actually something I came across too. I saw that United States has a law whereby even if it's your boss,
Yeah.
instead of going to that corporate agency where people use money
To
bury cases
yeah,
and all
very
of
cases.
that,
Yeah.
there is this thing that there's already a law there that when you come to report and they carry out the investigation, when they find out
It's true.
the government take action.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I see the
So
corporate
that makes- yeah.
agencies.
So that
they're
makes
under
sense.
the government.
Because I feel like the workers working in that organization will feel safe to go to work.
Exactly.
They will feel like even if you are the CEO, if you do anything, man,
No
you're
stress.
going behind the bar.
Okay, we are just talking about maybe the working place. Maybe you are a staff there.
Yeah.
What of some places, some working place, before you are able to get job, they don't use many things.
Exactly.
You have to do this before you can
get
get
it.
this job.
Especially all these modeling,
Even aside that,
advertising
I feel
agencies.
women are the one at the receiving end
Oh,
on this
definitely.
one. Like you go to a place of work, it's not even about your skills now. What can you do for me? Rub my back, I rub your back.
They feel we are very vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Sincerely,
Yes.
I feel that men used to know. Men used to know that if you want to help, you have kids too. People need to know this, that I have kids. My kids will also go out there. They would need help. How would I feel if they do this kind of thing to my own child? I think people need to actually check their conscience now. Sit your conscience down. If your conscience is dead, wake your conscience up and tell your conscience what we're doing. Is it something that we can go outside and be bold about it?
Yeah.
Is it something I can tell my wife and she'll be like, oh, that's my husband. She'll be proud of me. Obviously, no.
Not you sitting down there with your pot belly. Oh, baby.
Baby,
Rub my back, I rub your back. I go to bust down your belly.
they are fucked, no guys.
So
You understand?
So, like, seriously, organizations needs to do better. And like she said, government too should always also create a law that is against corporate harassment. So, and they should not just create this law alone, because there's something about Nigeria. We'll create the law, we don't monitor it. So once you create this law that, okay, nobody's allowed to harass anybody in there, either verbally, either the way you are looking at her, if you're already giving her one kind and she's not comfortable with it. Once you report, take action, let the people know you're on their side. Let them know you're protecting them. People love it when they feel protected and when they feel loved. And then it makes everything better. It makes the world a safe place for every one of us to live in. Why are we making things hard for
Life's not
ourselves?
hard.
Life no hard though. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. This episode, we're so glad to have you here with us. And then, yeah, we're still saying hi to the vigilants for the coming and the people that are always here to listen to us. Thank you very much. We're grateful.
We love you.
Precious is actually blowing kisses to you guys right now. Thank you guys so much. And then to my amazing people, Precious, the Beyonce, and Grace, freaking lady.
Freaky.
Thank you guys for joining me on
Macaroni
this.
need to adopt me.
Mr. Macaroni, if you can hear this. So anyways, so thank you guys for joining me on this episode. And shout out to thank you to Lover for staying with us and also doing BTS. Yeah, that people can watch. Thank you. We love you. Kisses. Yeah.
All right.
All right. And that will be all on today's episode. Until next week. Do have a great weekend.